The way I would answer that question is it's directly related to digitization in mining, and Schneider Electric is responding to that in 4 layers, and it's dependent on the maturity of customer in technology layer and which stage customer wants to start that journey with Schneider Electric. So the 4 layers are value chain optimization, production optimization, your processes optimization, and asset performance and management. So just to give you brief of what each of these 4 are, in value chain, you break all the silos of your supply chain, you bring all the KPIs together and align them. So there isn't a separate KPI for a rail operator versus mine versus port. So once you have aligned your targets for your entire supply chain and you have scheduled your assets, your ore body per those KPIs, now you move those into production optimization where you're contextualizing all that information that has been executed. But it is important that all your complex processing circuits are working on the right mode. So for example, you want to produce iron ore at a higher Fe content, you need to run your processing plant to high grade mode and vice versa. So all these 4 layers are addressing your problems within. So if you combine value chain optimization, production optimization, and process optimization, you have achieved 80% of operational efficiency. But the key piece missing are the 2 assets, your people and your mobile and fixed assets. And that is where asset performance management bridges this gap, and you got people, process, technology working together to give you operational efficiency, which is the definition of digitization in mining.
Well, one thing I see is from a advanced control and optimization standpoint is we tend to sub-optimize units, and being able to optimize in a more global manner, the inter-unit interactions, I think is a big opportunity for mining and metals, such as the interactions between the grinding and the flotation. If you get a smaller grind size, then you get better yields on flotation, but there's more energy consumed on the grinding side. So how do you optimize, taking into account both those operations together?
It's very important to note that the fact that we're hardware agnostic in that sense is very important if you want to truly enable the inclusion of all existing legacy equipment and information and systems.
And because one of the mining challenge is there are a lot of mines which are maturing or close to maturing, then it inherently means they have been out there for 30, 40, 50 years. So a lot of hardware is not equipped to work well with the latest technology. And this is where Schneider brings that unique value in converting that data into knowledge, into wisdom, working with as old hardware as 40 years back and as new as yesterday.
My advice would be take into account the big picture, where you ultimately want to get with digitization, and don't just digitize for the sake of digitizing and then find that you've invested in something that isn't the most useful in the future. So team with someone that's had experience, talk to other companies, look at where the industry's going, and get that vision in mind, and then work backwards from that ultimate vision and how you're going to get there by building it up in small steps.
I think the small steps is important. Basically understanding that the way to kick this off would be to focus on a small set of initiatives with real predefined outcomes. Start with the small initiatives, always keeping in mind the three key operational assets of your business, which is people, processes, and technology, and partner with a technology company or technology partner that has the same vision.
And Schneider Electric understands not all the miners are across mine, rail, and port. There are a lot of miners who work with multi-user export terminals, third-party rail providers. So we work with such mining companies and build up the real remote operation center where you got all the stakeholders within one roof and making decisions instantly against a single source of truth which is available to all the parties.
I would say one of the big differentiators is we just don't sell licenses to the software. We'll also provide the consultation. We'll actually implement the software solutions and the applications along with that, which you're not going to see from all software providers.
I think the introduction of our model-driven approach is key. If we're being serious about the convergence of IT and OT, I think the model-driven approach is key to securing that manufacturing operations transformation that we will see in that space.
And the investment to mining ore body and technology are not mutually exclusive. Schneider Electric partners with mining companies and believes it's the same and benefits to both of us.